Hello, and welcome to Think About It. It's possible that those of you who have watched my videos for any length of time will not struggle to arrive at the following conclusion. Maybe I'm just not all that bright. Agreed? Okay. Now that we've gotten to that point, I can tell you why, and maybe you can set me straight. Because I have this very unusual predilection towards thinking that a president who gives his word, especially on camera, on more than one occasion, should act accordingly. Let's set aside for a moment the placing of the left hand in the Bible, putting the right hand in the air, and swearing to uphold and defend the Constitution. Let's go past that. In fact, let's go past it to the point where the president in 2011 directly addressed what he wishes he could do but can't.
I swore an oath to uphold the laws on the books. Now, I know some people want me to bypass Congress and change the laws on my own. Believe me, the idea of doing things on my own is very tempting. I promise you, not just on immigration reform. But that's not how our system works. That's not how our democracy functions. That's not how our Constitution is written. This notion that somehow I can just change the laws unilaterally is just not true. The fact of the matter is there are laws on the books that I have to enforce. And I think there's been a great disservice done to the cause of getting the DREAM Act passed and getting comprehensive immigration passed by perpetrating the notion that somehow, by myself, I can go and do these things.
Okay, here's where the intellectually inferior part of me comes into play and where I really need your help. If he can't do those things, then how did he just do those things with his recent announcement, instructing the Justice Department not to deport those who are here illegally? Let's see, he said he can't, but he did. Can't, did. It's times like this when I sure could use a high-priced attorney to explain things to me a little bit more logically.
President Obama is a Harvard Law School graduate. He taught at the University of Chicago. He knows he cannot suspend the laws of Congress that were passed by Congress and signed by the president at the time. What the president has done here is exactly that. He has suspended an act of Congress. He's refusing to enforce the law by basically executive fiat, and at the same time it kind of sends out a political email fundraiser a few hours after that speech touting his new decision. Now, Yeah, that's what I thought, but it still doesn't make sense because the president said he can't, but he did. It's almost as if, laws don't matter if a liberal doesn't want them to. It can't possibly be that simple, can it? But wait a minute. What if the law's just ridiculous and he meant well? Well, I guess you could always take the constitutionally prescribed route of changing the law, perhaps during a time when you had a supermajority in both houses, and the White House, and no? Probably still George W.'s fault, right? Ladies and gentlemen, the Tsar, Julius Caesar, the King of America, the man who is above questioning, because if you do, you're probably racist, has once again spit in the face of the Constitution. Oddly enough, I don't really think anybody would object to the intent of his policy. We don't want to see innocent children punished because their pin-headed parents break the law. But I think we kind of like to have our Constitution followed, especially by a constitutional law professor. Oh, that's right. Saul Alinsky taught otherwise, didn't he? I guess that's one of the reasons I'm just so dumb. I always thought when you said it, you meant it. When it was written into law, that it had some teeth. But I guess that sort of thing only applies to you and me. Well, hey, go run through a stop sign tomorrow. See how that works out for you. Think about it.